It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got Marshawn Lattimore. He'll make you pay if you throw his way too often. It's the Commanders and the Giants. Next on EA Sports.
It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewer up here in the booth. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smell starts to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers as the trade deadline arrives here at the end of the month. You're going a hot streak heading into Halloween, and things will be looking great. But flounder this month, and you may end up seeing some of your buddies shipped off and playing elsewhere.
We're through the first quarter of the season. Hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. This return makes it up to the 25. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. And they'll be led out by this promising young signal caller out of the University of Colorado.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy. 11 on the side on every play, but a couple of interceptions. He's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Hits him on the out route. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
A give to Tracy up the middle. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They go right back to Tracy. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Got it, man. Robinson has it. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Giants will have a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Dropping back to throw. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Looking to the air here. Completed over the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Second and 4 at the Commanders' 7-yard line.
Throwing from the gun here. He completes it in traffic. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Tracy. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Giants finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Point after from Pinheiro is up and good. And the Giants will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Nicole Hardman now on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken 2nd in 2024. Jaden.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Daniels from the pistol. This is pulled in by Nicole Hardman. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. From the 43. Complete. It's McLaurin. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. All right, set now. 1st and 10. Robinson on the inside give. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. From the 29. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league.
Oh, they're on it, but he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. And that kick a little too well struck. He drives it into the end zone for a touchback. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. Decent gain here, but short of the first. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. From the gun, it's Tracy. Oh, what a stiff arm. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st and 10, looking to throw. He finds Slayton. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New set of downs for him from the 46. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And they're going to bring him down at the 36.
It just feels like any time this guy touches the ball, it's a big play waiting to happen. He could be lined up wide or when they use him as a runner. If someone doesn't get a hand on him quick, he's gone.
1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. 7-0 is our score. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this 2nd quarter with the Giants in possession. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Relocate. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And the Commanders pick this one up. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Back out run the Commanders for their 2nd drive of the game. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, a give to Brown. He's contained at the line for no gain. Fabio Carrique making that stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now Daniels off the play action. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The Giants about to get to work on offense. And things are looking good to snap that 3-game losing streak that they came in on, Brock. They've got the lead here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Gets this to Slayton. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. We come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. He'll look to throw. Finds the in route complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They motion the tight end over. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Picked off by Frankie Louvu. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Drew Phillips making the tackle. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 46. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they're going to face 3rd down. Out of the gun, Daniels. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here's Tracy once more. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
3rd and long for him here. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Commanders' offense will take over inside of enemy territory. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Bobby Okereke making that stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he's brought down after a short gain. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 28. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Play fake here, Daniels. That's into the hands of Moore. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Handoff now to Robinson. And this is down to the 5-yard line before they can stop him. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Daniels. He's on the move, and he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders start to fight back with their first points of this game. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A handoff to Tracy. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 32. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They get 6 and a 1st down as well. So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Giants looking for a score before halftime. New set of downs for him at the 38. To the air now on 1st and 10. Has his man, it's Tracy. And they had that one contained right at the line. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. This is Tracy. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Washington calls it second timeout. Here's Jamie Gillen on again for the punt. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Got 49 on his first punt. This one looks even longer. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Commanders will go on offense. They've got a man in motion. On first down, here's Daniels. Able to get it to Moore. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 31. He gets this one to McLaurin. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Again, Daniels to the air. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Let's go now. Receiver in motion, going left. Daniels on first down. Moore's got it. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Here we go. To throw, Daniels. Forced out to his right. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Backed up now after the penalty. It's third down. Running it after the penalty. And this one doesn't go far. The Giants using their first timeout. Matt Ariza on to punt. And they could really use a good one here. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. The Giants headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
That brings us to halftime, and these teams locked up on the scoreboard. It's a 7-7 ball game. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Lions who hold on to the lead in that one. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Khalil Shakir, up over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Baker Mayfield with 3 touchdown passes. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. He'll take this at the 10. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Out comes the offense from Washington to begin the third quarter. And they could take control in the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. From the gun, it's Robinson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Completes this one to Kraft. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass, when they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bull...
Touchdown, Washington! Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Ryland now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7.
14, Giants 7.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And you tell us this all the time, Brock. Touchdowns aren't the only stats that make a quarterback, right? Yep, he's nodding right now. But the absence of any from his ledger, well, that's problematic. And his struggles are indicative of the challenge that this offense as a group has really been fighting all game long. They're out and set, 1st and 10. It's Tracy on the carry. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll motion a tight end left. Here's 2nd and 7. This finds Bellinger. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
I'm sure, Coach, a play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Throwing from the gun. He's got Bellinger. And this one does not go far.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Running this with Tracy. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
A tight end in motion now. From the gun on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Connects with Slayton. And he's taken down at the 30. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That's another New York Giants.
A give right side to Tracy. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
They send the tight end in motion. Got a man. Robinson has it. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tackled there by Jordan Lewis. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Pass play coming here. Pass cut by Tracy. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
You know, Kate, that's exactly what that coverage was meant for. Make the quarterback throw it short, go up and rally, and get yourself off the field.
A 50-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. We'll have them gain up about a handful there. Cordell Flott there on the stop. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Staying with Robinson. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tyler Nubin with the tackle.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
3rd down give to Robinson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Daniels. He's throwing deep to the left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders lengthen the lead at the end of the third. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Ryland tacks on the extra point. And the Commanders drive their lead to 11.
Commanders 21, Giants 10.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Starting from the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. He's got a gain of 6 there. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Giants football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Pass play now. Short pass brought in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He finds Slayton. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Throwing it again here. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
A give to Tracy up the middle. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 41. Into the hands of Neighbors. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and throw it here. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. At the 20. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Yeah, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Ryland now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders push their lead to 18. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Has this at the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 before heading out of bounds. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. Quick slant caught by Neighbors. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Second and a yard at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now. Has his man, it's Tracy. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
For a New York Giants.
Back to throw now. Into traffic, complete. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Second and 1 at the Commanders' 29-yard.
From the gun, it's Tracy. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
That's good for a New York Giants.
They go right back to Tracy. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 8-yard line.
Now looking to throw. Catch is made in close. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Fullback trying to power it across. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Giants get it back to within 2 possessions. If there's an argument for continuing to rely on a fullback, Brock, it is plays just like that remind us. They're pretty good at barreling in for touchdowns when they're given the chance.
And you know the greatest fullback name ever? Maybe you need to name your son Sam Gash. Because that dude, when I think fullback, I think Sam Gash just gashing people for touchdowns.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Commanders ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this, couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Robinson on the inside give. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. From the gun, it's Daniels. He gets this one to McLaurin. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
New set of downs for him at the 38. One of the tight ends in motion left. Here's Robinson up the middle. Crosses midfield, still going. And they'll finally get him at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. They'll run the draw with Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle, instead it did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Flush down out to his left. He's running for it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And hold on, everyone. There's a Commanders player shaken up after that play, and he's in need of some attention. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. First and 10, around to Robinson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. All right, here we go, 2nd down. Another carry for Robinson. And he'll go down here at the 16. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go. Handoff now to Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Here's Robinson. Is across the line for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders have likely locked up the win right there. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders push their lead to 18. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Giants' offense all set to get started. Well, we all know at this point, turnovers the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood in the water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another.
Completed over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Motioning one of the tight ends. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? Motioning the tight end now. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Gets this to Slayton. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And they make the tackle at the 38. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. It is Cup, left side. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 32. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. Oh, heads-up play from the Giants there. They get to the loose ball and make the recovery. Third down from the gun. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
One final shot here. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders as we say so long from New York.